Alright, gotta do some unboxing. Where's my cutting tool for that? Perfect. Hi everybody, welcome to All Games New and Old. I'm David Rodriguez and today I'm going to be unboxing Legacy of Dragonholt. This is put out by Fantasy Flight Games and designed by Nikki Valens. I'm going to say this, Nikki Valens is a person who I realized designed a couple of my very favorite games of all time. And so I'm I've wanted this one for a long time, and I just kept putting off for whatever reason, and Nikki Valens designed this too. So I'm kind of thinking Nikki Valens is someone who maybe I need to start looking into everything that they designed so I can pick all of it up. So I know, I think Quirky Circuits was designed by Nikki Valens, and then there's one coming out to Kickstarter. I don't know if it's soon, but it's definitely coming down the road that I'm really excited about, but I'm blanking on the name right now. It looked really interesting though. So anyway, look out for Nikki Valens products, because I think it might be pretty special stuff. So anyway, Legacy of Dragonholt. So this is an adventure game that I've heard described as almost like a DM-less role-playing game, which, a lot of games do try to capture that feel, but I've heard great things about this, and it's a cooperative narrative adventure for 1 to 6 players. So I've heard some people say they like to play this solo specifically, which I may do that or I may not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if Hillary wants to play or anyone else does around me. I'll go ahead and read you the back information. So Legacy of Dragonholt. You can hear a dog barking in the distance. That's not part of the game. So anyway, Dragonholt lies just past the eaves of spirit-haunted Eventide Forest, surrounded by ancient orchards and quiet farms. While much of Terranoth is perilous, this village is a comparative haven of tranquility. Or it used to be. Danger has come to Dragonholt. Bandits and monsters gather in the forest, and a mystical debt comes due. So it says Legacy of Dragonholt is a cooperative narrative adventure for 1 to 6 players. You will travel to the village of Dragonholt, meet an old friend, embark on adventures and save the day. Or not, as you make choices and test your skills. Dragonholt lives and changes around you, and the tale may take unexpected twists and turns due to your decisions and achievements. No 2 stories will be the same. Will you save the young lord or let him perish? Defeat the dragon or watch the village burn? Adventure awaits, so gather your friends, create your character, and dive into the rich world of the Runebound universe. Are you ready to tell your story? I'd say I am ready to tell my story. I think it sounds really exciting. My current problem is I'm really interested in these adventure games that are big branching stories, and the problem is those take time, and having the time to play a bunch of those is probably not really possible. But I think because of the track record Nikki Valens has with me, they designed Arkham Horror 3rd edition as well as Mansion Madness 2nd edition. I mean, I'd spoiler alert on the Arkham Horror thing, but that's one of my absolute favorite games, even though I haven't reviewed it yet. That'll be coming down the pipeline at some point. But, I think with that kind of pedigree, I'm not worried that I will not like this. Well, we will see, of course, but this is one I really had to try, and I've been thinking about it for a long time. So let's open this up. I'm going to try to be very careful here because it is so story-driven. I'm not going to open things that I think might lead to a spoiler. I'm not sure how things are structured in here, but I don't want to give away anything to myself or to anyone watching that maybe would be better left, discovered as you play. So the Runebound universe, if you're not familiar, that is of course associated with the game Runebound. That's pretty obvious. But there's a whole series of games that are in that world, like Descent, Journeys in the Dark might be perhaps the most well-known one. There was a Rune Wars miniatures game that was actually really good, but I'm guessing it didn't do well. It wasn't supported for too long, unfortunately, but it was a really cool one. They had a deck building game. I can't remember what it was called. I don't think I played that one. And there was actually a Rune Wars board game as well. That was sort of a Troops on a Map game, I believe, which I was actually always really interested in, but I never picked up. So it's sort of a little bit of a grail game for me. So we'll see if I ever can track that down. But I know it's a long game too, so we'll see. All right. So Legacy of Dragonholt. All right. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So these are tokens you punch out. I think it's just one sheet. I'm guessing these are runestones or something. I'm not sure. That would make sense. So let me put these to the side here. I don't need to bust those out really. These cards, I'm hoping this is not spoilery stuff. They look like they're just items. If I start seeing things that look like story elements, I'll just stop. And healing potion, wooden trinket, love letter, swiftness potion, lodestone, strength potion, dragon mask, moon mask, frost rune, polished shell, iron keys, war rune, spirit mask, rune sword, spirit's blessing, dragon claw, dragon blood, cloth doll, stringed mushroom, rune bracers. I'm trying not to read all this in case there is anything that is story related. I'm just reading the names of the things because I don't imagine that would give too much away. Okay, so I put these cards aside. So this is our rule book, it looks like. It says read this first. Simple enough. This feels really thin, which is crazy. So it has all our components, object of the game, your setups over here. So this just has a rules glossary and kind of tells you about each thing. So it's interesting how this is laid out. I'm curious if this is a game that they want you to just kind of start playing and you figure it out more as you go, because it doesn't look like it has a lot of specifics about how to do certain kinds of actions. So I don't know how rules heavy this game is. I mean, this book is, 8 pages, but the last page is a tracking sheet for your story, and the first couple pages, like I said, are just set up. All right, so here we have character creation book. I love the art on here. We have an elf, a dwarf. Not sure if that's a human or what. Looks like a orc or a half orc. Not sure. So this is going to tell you. I have a feeling this is going to be a lot more in depth than the main rulebook. So it has all the different characters. Oh, there's gnomes. That could have been a gnome. Oh, there's catfolk. That's cool. All right, I gotta admit, I'm not like one of these people who's like super excited when they see a cat person, but this pretty little cat person is kind of adorable. I'm not gonna lie, it's adorable. So anyway, that's my take on it. So it has your classes you can pick. So you have apothecaries, bards, brawler, knight, sage, thief, wildlander. I don't know what a wildlander is, but I'm curious. Oh, it's like okay, just quick glance. Makes me think it's a little bit like a ranger in Dungeons and Dragons. So describe yourself, physical description. This is all about making your character, which is really cool. Lots of skills you can pick from. Oh, I'm getting excited about this. Okay, that art's great, isn't it? I mean, she's examining that cloth there. She wears a lot of cloth, so that's cool. I really like that. So we have, let's see, character sheets, and I believe the box said there's 6. I don't know. I don't know how replayable this is once you've gone through it. It being a campaign game, it could be that once you've seen it, you've seen it. But there are different branches of path to go on, so maybe not. So I don't know if 6 is all you'll ever need, but these aren't overly fancy or anything. You'd probably just photocopy them if you needed more. They might have some downloadable way to do it. I'm not sure. All right, so. Okay, so these are, I'm guessing, different storybooks. I don't want to like blow anything here, but it has like numbered paragraph areas, which I imagine various things will tell you to flip to those at certain points, I assume. So 2 new roads, approximate playtime 50 to 80 minutes. This is, okay, I don't know if I should open this. Please refer to my first letter. So I'm not going to open this up because this could be a secret thing, looks like. Dragonholt Village. Oh my gosh. 30 to 50 minutes per chapter. So, okay, this is not going to tell me how many chapters there are, though. So, wow. It's a ton of story, which is great. That's what you want to see in a game like this. If it's, sort of like a DM-less RPG, you want to have as much story as you possibly can, and as many branching paths. That way you really feel like you have a little more agency than you might otherwise. It's a little different than when you have a dungeon master who's making up things as they go. All right, so here's a cool map of Dragonholt, looks like, with numbers associated with each building and location. That's pretty cool. Sonya's journal. I'm just going to do a quick flip through there and see if there's any cool art. I don't want to read that. I imagine that. A lot of this is so story-centric, I don't want to mess with it. Sliver of Silver, approximate playtime 50 to 80 minutes. I think all these look like they're about 50 to 80 minute playtimes. So I don't know if, because you have the Dragonholt Village book, and I don't know if that refers you to go to these other books, or if these are separate adventures or what. I'm not sure exactly how that goes, but either way, fantastic. Crypt of Carthune. And of course 50 to 80 minutes. There's not a lot of pictures in here, so I keep flipping through, thinking I'm going to see something and I don't. Whispering Leaves. I like these covers too. Really neat art. 50 to 80 minutes. You probably know if you watch any of my videos before, I'm a real sucker for art. And different types just stand out to me. And I like this. It's got a very stained glass look, and I'm pretty sure that's what they're going for here. And really cool. Terror on the Prairie. 50 minutes. So, I mean, this is a big one. Paper Faces. That's 75 to 120 minutes. So there's a lot of hours of entertainment in this box. I know you're not gonna hit every single part of all these books, obviously, but there's a lot to this. I'm really excited about this now. So, as always, I will do a review at some point down the road. As you may know, I only put out a review one every 2 weeks, just because, oh boy, my job is way more than way more than full time, and I've got kids, so time, of course, is pretty tight. I wish I could do more. Maybe at some point I will be able to, but today, anyway, I'm in a situation where I have to do one every 2 weeks. But, I'd rather do that than rush a review and give you an incomplete thought or information on a game. I'd rather, if I have to put out a little bit less, but I can tell you more about what I thought of a game, I would rather do that. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody else. Well, I'm really impressed with this box. It looks really cool. It's going to come down to how good the story is, but I've heard good things, so I'm excited about it. I do like the whole Runeband world. I'm not any kind of expert in it, but it's been fun to play around in Descent, and I'm kind of a sucker for just your kind of stock fantasy. I know some people are tired of it and they think it's played out. I strongly disagree with that. I just love it. It's fun stuff. It's a good escape from the world. So anyway, that's my unboxing of the adventure game Legacy of Dragonholt. So I hope this video is useful to you. If it was, if you could hit like and subscribe, I'd very much appreciate it. Also click the little bell icon so you can know when I put out a video next. Other than that, I look forward to seeing you all around the table again at All Games New and Old. Have a great day. Bye.